Happy Thursday. So, you know what I did at the end of yesterday in that video? I kind of got so pumped that I talked about Friday and got ahead of myself. Oops, forgive. So, today's actually Thursday, which you guys know because you aren't super jacked and hyped up. So, you know what day it is. Um, we made it this far, guys. And we've been talking a lot about goal setting. We've talked about acknowledging your goals and your accomplishments and just allowing yourself to soak it in and just being able to attaboy yourself. But let's talk today and wrap this up for this little short story section. Let's talk about uh, tracking it, like journaling it. Now, there's those of you that can make your little nice goal sheet, and that's what it is, and that's great. But sometimes there's people that and I've learned this, that need to journal about each week, journal about each day, journal about each accomplishment, journal about what the goal is. They need to journal or track it in a different way. So let's just say this, okay? Maybe you can do your little chart, set your goal, put your main goal, bullet point your little, goals, short-term goals to get to that. And then maybe what you need to do is you need to write down what you need to do. Maybe you need to word it a little different so that it's sustained with you. Now, not everybody needs to do that, but this is, if we're talking about ways to hit the goal, I want to make sure we're talking about it all because it's not a one size fits all. Like, not everybody works the same. Guess that's so true. Not everybody's the same. Not everybody thinks the same. Not every process is the same. So we need to make sure that we're talking about it in realms or reasons or ways that everybody can be successful. Okay. Um, I talk to my clients a lot about journaling. Okay. So it could be at the end of every day that you write down exactly what you did to reach your goal. And if it's not something that's a daily goal, for example, if you're going on a diet plan and you have a diet goal, maybe you want to write down at the end of the day everything that you ate in the day and then how many, break it down by each day. For me, my testing, preparing for that, gearing up to be hard into it. I don't want to track every day, okay? Because that would take time from my day where I could be studying. So maybe I'll sit down every week and I'll make a synopsis or, just a little journal of what I learned or a paragraph about what chapters 1, 2, 3 talked about. Some bullet points, some highlights, write it out because sometimes, you see it, you absorb it, you hear it, you absorb it. And what really gets me is if I can write it down, it's almost etched in stone. Okay? So it makes it easier for me because I can sit down at the end of the week and I can do all my notes that I'm going to take because mine's a little different than what you might be working on. I can take all my notes from what I've read, I can or highlighted or listen to. I can take all the notes from that, and at the end of the week, I can make a breakdown and write it down and journal it. That way, I have that at the end of my study guide to be able to take the key concepts of each week that I'm talking about and just be able to review that. It'll be a refresher at the end to make sure I can get in there and do my best on my test. Okay? Again, if you're talking about saving money, you might talk about at the end of each day, you might journal about what your money you spent, how much you spent and where you spent it and how what you would do different and what you want to do to get to that goal. If you journal about it, if you write about it, oftentimes what you'll find is that your own personal thoughts and ideas and feelings that is going into that journal, that little tracking, that little ledger, but it has to be your words because your words is what you can go back on and say, that's what I was feeling this day. I felt that talking about Freud and, the cycle of life and the needs of life was important. And I pulled it out of that learning. So therefore, that must be what I need to focus on. Okay. or I spent money at X, Y, and Z, and I really could have saved money here and spent money here in the, put money here in the savings, and that could have helped me reach my goal of saving more money. Or I wanted to lose 25 pounds. Well, I journaled that I had a really great day, didn't have any cheats, had 110 calories. And guess what? It's also a motivator, y'all. That little synopsis, that little tracking, that little journaling, whatever you want to call it, it's an outtake of your thoughts. And with that, you can say, okay, so I didn't learn anything this week. Probably need to work a little differently next week, and I need to probably have more outtake than I did this week. Okay, so what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to be able to use those tools of tracking to motivate a change in me, or to acknowledge a positive for me. Like if I see that I'm one that's trying to save money, and I see that I saved $4.50 on every day in the last 4 days, at the end of the week when I'm writing down my big journal, I can be like, I saved $4.40 because I didn't go to get coffee that day. Like I would be able to see my outtake of my week. I would be able to see my thoughts, my feelings, my everything, because I'm tracking it myself. I'm journaling it. It's a self journal. And for whatever situational that you may be in, especially when it comes to goals, because again, you're holding yourself accountable to get where you want to get, right? That's the whole point of goals, is that you have somewhere in mind that you want to be. So therefore you're doing it. You're taking every little step to get to that end goal. And then to do that, what you're going to see is, if you're journaling it, you have that fallback. Okay. So if we're going to talk about goal setting, and we're going to talk about what we need to do, let's talk about the true depths of ourselves and what we're thinking about in that process. And if that means journaling to be able to help you achieve them goals, do it. If that means tracking to help you reach them goals, do it. If that also means that you need to track or journal, and then to be able to see accomplishments and then be able to acknowledge your accomplishments, do it. Do whatever it is that's going to help you achieve the goal that you've set here. Okay? Whatever you need to do here to get to here, do it. Write it down. Make yourself accountable. Write the goal. Acknowledge what you do good. Because you need to acknowledge that. You need to fuel yourself. You need to keep yourself fueled. Okay? So really, that's it, you guys. That's really, in a nutshell, all I wanted to talk about. Because I think it's important that we know, about all aspects of journaling, tracking, and creating the goal, knowing where we're going, knowing what we want, acknowledging your accomplishments. I think we set goals, and we often set them high, which is what we're supposed to do, but we don't say, dang, Diane, you fit into those jeans and that you couldn't fit into 3 months ago, but you haven't lost any pounds. Like, I don't want it to be negative. I don't want it to drain and pull back, because then sometimes it makes getting to that goal harder. So, you guys, I hope this has helped you. I hope it's motivated you or encouraged you. I hope that you can all find a way to, sit down and think about what goals you might have. Like, I have a friend that he wants to have a food truck, and he knows what he wants, but we've got to sit down and really do what we want to do, right? Yeah. Calling you out there, William. But yeah, you really just got to sit down and create your goals. And he would tell me to do the same. He would be like, Diane, what do you want to do? And I would tell him I want to pass my test. And he's like, what do you need to do to pass it? So I would tell him that I need to study. And then it would be me that's, telling him and creating that goal and letting him know I know what I need to do. So, yeah, that's it. So start creating some goals. Start talking about it, start thinking about it, start writing it down, start making a visual pathway, start making a visual pathway to hold yourself accountable. Just start doing it. So, you guys, it's been a great week this far, and we have one more day, Friday. I talked about it at the end of the video yesterday, so let me just honestly say it's going to be Friday tomorrow. Woo woo, Friday! And I don't know, guys. I've just always ended Friday with a positive note, trying to get into the end of the week and then ending out the week and going into the weekend. So I don't really want to do a lot, but just do a quick recap and then just say, hey, okay? So that's what will be tomorrow is our Friday. And until then, have a great day. Enjoy. Be blessed. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe and come back and get some more information and details. Thanks, guys.